Hi guys, so if you're wondering where I am right now, I've actually moved place or countries I guess, and at the moment I live in New Brunswick, New Jersey to be with my husband, and we actually live like on campus because he goes to Rutgers University, so we live on like married housing campus things, and there's loads of kids around and stuff and loads of kids' toys outside on the grass, which is kind of okay, but like I feel like we're the only like married couple without any kids here. But yeah, so yeah, if it looks a bit bare, that's because I haven't really finished decorating. I'm thinking of putting like, let me know what you think by the way, a shelf here with some little things on, just so it looks a bit more interesting and girly I guess. My perfumes are there, that's something to look at I guess. And then I've got my dressing table right next to a window, which is amazing because I get really good lighting. And I remember when I lived at my old place, like I had the IKEA wall lamps and they're a bit artificial in terms of lighting, so I'm glad that it's all natural now. So yeah, I'm just gonna do like a get ready with me video. I've already done my face makeup and I did film it, but I seemed like a bit moody in it for some reason. Like, I think it's because I haven't filmed for so long. I was just a bit like, oh, there's this and there's this. So I'm just gonna run through what I've used so you will know. So the first thing I have used, where the hell is it? Okay, this is the Stila One Step Illuminate, and today I was gonna go for like a dewy face look that was kind of natural but still gives me a bit of colour and a tiny bit of coverage. So this is really good to give you that dewy look. Or the only thing I'd warn you with though about it, it does have like tiny shimmer particles when you apply it on your hand, but when you rub it in you just don't seem to see them, which is good. Then I use the Revlon Nearly Naked in the colour Shell, which is one of my favourite drugstore foundations. Then I use the YSL concealer. Now this is not the highlighting concealer, this is just the normal stick cream concealer in the colour Light. Then I use my favourite new product, which is the Chanel Healthy Glow Sheer Powder, which gives you a really nice dewy warm look to the skin, and this is in the colour N30. I've just put this around the outside of the face just to warm it up a little bit. Then I set my concealer with Mercier's Secret Brightening Powder, which just gives you a little bit more of an open look to the face without being too, you know, artificial. Then I use this amazing product. Now if you're in the UK, definitely have a look in Superdrug because they sell the brand Accessorize, which actually is a store that sells like accessories and jewellery. But honestly, the packaging and the product inside reminds me exactly of MAC's Mineralized blushes, and this reminds me of the Meteorite collection they had a couple of months ago, was it? But I've got this on my cheeks at the moment. It gives you a tiny bit of colour, but it also gives you the glow as well, which is what I wanted. I applied the foundation with a beauty blender, which I really like. And yeah, so that's all I've done for the face, and I've also gone in with the Browsings Medium by Benefit just to fill in my eyebrows a little bit. I like them quite dark and defined, and I find that's what suits me the most. So yeah, now I'm just going to do my eyes, and I think I'm going to be using the Stila In the Light palette. I haven't used that in a while. If you like neutral colours, you'll definitely like this palette. Just some really beautiful colours there. And I think I'm going to go for a neutral and gold look. So first things first, I'm just going to prime my eyes with my Nars smudgeproof eye primer, which is kind of expensive to be honest, but it does help the shadows last longer, and it gives them a little bit of added vibrancy. But I do use the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, which I've lost at the moment through travelling. I don't know whether I've left it at home by accident, but it was kind of dried up, to be honest. Like it pretty much was on its last legs, so that's fine. It's fine with me. So what should I do first? I just make things up as I go along, to be honest. Even with my makeup tutorials, I just make things up as I go along. So I'm going to take a flat brush, the MAC 213 if you're interested to know, and I'm going to take the colour Kitten, which is one of the most popular colours, which is like a champagne gold highlighting colour, and I'm just going to apply that on the inner corner. I might actually zoom in for this. So I'm just going to take Kitten and apply it on the inner corner of the eye, not all over the lid, but just on the inner section. You don't need to be super neat with this or anything, you just want to get that highlight in. Okay. I really like the colour Bliss here for using on the crease because it's matte and it just gives a nice transition colour and it blends everything together perfectly. So I'm going to use my clean 217, no sorry, this is a Sigma E25, which is pretty much the same as a MAC 217. So I'm taking the colour Bliss and I'm just buffering that into the socket. Goes really well, really well with the kitten as well. Kind of blends the kitten in to stop it looking so stark. Okay, so now I've got a bit of colour on my eyes. I'm going to go in with a darker colour to define the crease on the outer corner. So for that I'm going to need a smaller brush, and at the moment I like to use it's kind of similar to the MAC pencil brush, but it's a lot cheaper. It's the 280 by Palladium Tools, and I'm going to go in with the colour Sandstone, which is matte. And if I define my eyes, I like to use matte colours because they just blend easier and they're just a lot easier to work with. Blend that in to the other colour. Now I think I'm going to take a little bit of colour underneath as well. I'm going to take the colour Bliss, the lighter one. Just take that a bit underneath. I haven't worn makeup for like the past couple of days because I've been so busy like trying to get everything together so I can film. So I really miss doing my makeup, so it's kind of fun to do it now. I really enjoy it. Then I just like to softly blend that bit there. So I'm just colouring my lashes using the Shoot and Mirror eyelash colour, which is amazing. I mean, I used to think that it didn't matter what brand you had, but then I tried Boots and it was awful, and then I tried, what else did I try? I've tried loads, but they've all been not that great. Remember when I was younger, I used to have like heated eyelash curlers, and I used to take my eyelash curlers and I used to put a lighter on them to heat them up, and I used to burn my eye all the time. What mascara shall I use? Because to be honest, recently my eyes have been quite sensitive to mascara, so I've got to be careful what I use. I think I'm going to use this Haute and Naughty Lash by MAC. I'm just going to take the pink end, which is lengthening. I don't really use the other one, to be honest. Now I always love to put mascara on by bottom lashes. I don't really know why, but it's just a habit, I guess. And I like to use the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, and when I first bought this, or when I first heard about it, I did think it was a bit of a gimmick. I don't think you need an actual mascara just for your bottom lashes, but it doesn't smudge at all, which is what I really like. You don't get that panda eye effect at the end of the day. So that's what I do like about it. Then I'm going to take some Smolder eyeliner by MAC and just put it on the waterline. I'm just going to smudge a bit on the top lash line as well. I'm just using my Nars smudging brush just to make it not so precise. So for lips, I think I'm going to go for like a really nice pretty pink like lip gloss, or I don't really know, or I might use like my colour stay. What should I do, guys? Or I could use my that's it. I might use my Revlon lip butter for today. I'm going to line my lips with a nice natural colour. I'm going to use Subculture by MAC. Just don't let them look a bit fuller because they are pathetic. I really like that. It's pretty. It's kind of understated, but still looks like you have a bit of makeup on. So yeah. So yeah, guys, this is kind of like the finished look, I guess. Natural with like daytime smoky eyes, but really nice glowing skin. Like I said, I'm not really doing much today. I'm just going to run a few errands, and then we're going out to going out for drinks with Jack's friends from his class. So yeah, I've got some questions to ask you guys, a bit random really. I was in Target the other day and I was looking at all the brands, and for me, like obviously not living here for that long, I've been here for 2 days, I don't really know about the brands that well, like what brands are good, what brands aren't good. So if you could tell me like what cleaning brands are good. I know 409 is meant to be quite good, and also washing powder. Like I heard Tide is meant to be quite good. Yeah, so just stuff like that really that I'm not familiar with would be good to hear about. And also I was on Instagram the other day and I put down a little note on Instagram asking you guys what channels are good, and Bravo, I have to say Bravo is amazing. If you like reality TV, like Bravo like plays reality TV all day. Like I was watching this show yesterday when Jack was at class. What was it? Married to Medicine. Like that show is crazy. Like they're all like, I'm not ghetto, I can't take the ghetto out of me. And they're like pulling each other's hair and like pulling their weaves out and stuff and having a fight at this like ballroom party, and like this woman was shaking her head like, oh my god, so embarrassing. And they're all like married to like doctors and stuff, and they live in Atlanta, and that reminds me a lot of The Housewives. And then I was watching this other show this morning. Was it Brad's World? The guy that used to be Rachel Zoe's stylist, like yeah, that's pretty good. Like Jack like refuses to watch it, but whatever, I'll just put it on and do whatever I need to do and stuff. So I love that channel. And I also found out that we also have HBO. Mad Men is on that every Sunday, I think, so that'll be good. And what other channels is there? Yeah, let me know what other channels you think are good, because I really haven't had a chance to flick through. Not that I'm going to be sitting in all day watching TV, but sometimes I just like to have it on the background if Jack's gone and stuff, you know, so you feel like someone's actually with you when you're actually alone. Yeah, I'm sure you do too. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say, guys. I might do an update video about, you know, things I've found different living here, and just a little chit chat really. I know this was kind of a chat as well, but it's more about makeup, I guess. So yeah, I'll see you soon. I hope you're all well. Bye.